this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and today I have a video in regards to a challenge over at Scrap the Boys, and it is written in the stars and the moon, and I'm using this Scrapbook Generation free sketch for you guys, and I took a look at everybody's interpretation of this to the moon or to the stars and the moon. And most people did do things like I love you to the moon and back and things like that. And I wanted to be a little bit different. I wanted to try to add some type of variety. And so I was looking through my photos that I could use, and I found these photos from the Science Center. And what it is the boys are on this little pulley thing, and the whole point of the pulley thing, there's 4 of them, is that they have different weights on them. So it starts out really easy, and as you go around the circle it gets harder and harder to pull yourself up. So the boys had a blast doing it, even though it was myself and Kevin, the ones pulling them up, as you can see in the photos there. But it was like shooting them up into the air. And so I was like, that is kind of a space thing. And I had this paper pad from Echo Park. I got this when I got the Echo Park grab bag, which I think this was the first year that they did it. It was like late in 2018 that they did it. I highly recommend it because if you like Echo Park, I got tons and tons of layout or scrapbook kits that I loved. This was the only one that I was kind of like, I don't know if I'd ever use it. It's space theme. We don't really have a whole lot of space pictures. But I did end up using a lot of the B side of the photos or of the paper, and then pulled out a couple of the papers that I thought would work with this. And I love the way that this layout came out. It is just fun and whimsical with the astronauts and things like that. And we have tons of pictures from this day at the Science Center, because this was actually the first day that we went. But when we got our annual passes, and so this is just a bunch of pictures from that particular day, and I think that it fits that theme of to the stars and the moon over at the Scrap the Boys blog challenge that they have. So now that I've been rambling on and on about the photos, let me tell you a little bit about what I'm doing. I've used this sketch a lot. I love this sketch from Scrapbook Generations, and it encompasses 10 photos. And what I love about it so much is that it's so versatile. I feel like with the size of 3x3, I can change those up to be 4x6 if I need, which I did end up adding one photo in there that was 4x6. Where the 3x3 called. So I feel like I can use this sketch in so many different ways. And that's what I love about Scrapbook Generations, is they have lots of inspiration, but also lots of things that you can change up. So as a birthday gift, which I was so excited about, I got this triple banner punch from, it was Close to My Heart or Stampin' Up. I think it's Stampin' Up. And the whole point of the punch is that you get 3 sizes of the banner. So you can put the paper inside of the banner punch and into 3 different sizes, and you can make it as long as you need to. So a lot of the banner punches that I see, they make the whole banner themselves, and then you are stuck with one size banner, whereas you guys can see here I was able to cut the banner piece out and then cut it to whatever length I needed. If you notice the very beginning, I did put it in a little short, so if you're using this, I definitely recommend cutting the paper a little bit longer and then cutting it to the size that you need, even if you need a short one, because it got stuck in there. So just a learning curve on, any new tool that we have. And I think it does 3 banners, but then there's also, like, I watched a couple of videos where there's a couple ways that you can get even more, up to 6 different size banners in there. So after I glued it all down, got it perfectly where I wanted it, I realized I put it on the wrong side of my layout. So I had to take it all off and put it back on the left side instead of the right side. And I tried to make it work to see if I could switch the photos around or the layout around and, put it so I didn't have to take it up, but it didn't work with the flow of the photos, and it didn't work with just the way it looks. So I used that banner, the branding strip, and cut that out with a little stripe paper so that I can add a little bit of extra to those banners at the top. And then I picked up this chipboard piece from Tuesday Morning, and it doesn't go with the kit. This one's actually Blast Off, and I think the other one's Astronaut. But it's all Echo Park, so all of the colors tend to work well together. And I think that the added, Saturn and stars, and then that little saying says, "You're out of this world," work perfectly with this layout. And what I'm doing now is, they were just too thick. And you can do this with any of your chipboard pieces. Just take some of the chipboard off the back. And what I wanted was a little bit of dimension between the 2 pieces of chipboard. Like, I really would have preferred that little black sticker that says "You're out of this world" to be a sticker and not a chipboard piece. So I took a lot of the chipboard off of that so that it would lay almost underneath the Saturn piece. And then I added a little bit of a little tiny planet sticker underneath it just to cover up that trapped white space. I pulled out some enamel dots to add to it, and then I am going to look for something to journal on. So I really liked this black and white piece, but I felt like that white was stark white against that navy. And even though I'm using a white background, it just didn't work. So I kept looking, and I found this piece, which I thought worked perfectly. It has a little bit of paint splatter on it, so it gives it kind of a mixed media feel. So I added that, and then I'm just going to journal about how much fun the boys had on this particular little contraption at the Science Center. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you want to see more double page layouts, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because that's all I do on this channel. Make sure you go check out Scrap the Boys if you have boys that you need to scrapbook, because they have tons of inspiration over there and challenges that they have every month, and so it's a lot of fun to check out that blog. All right, everyone, I hope you have a scrappy day, and thanks for watching.